Our board members that are here are Tayshawn, Amy, Michael, and Jeff, and Brian. So we are all here. We do have a quorum. Do any of the board members need to recuse themselves for any of the cases we have today?
Let me just take a moment. I don't. Do not.
Okay. Thank you. Meeting minutes, the draft meeting minutes for January 2026 and February 2026, available for review and are posted on our webpage in draft form. Do we have a motion to approve these minutes?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. So moved. And we get a motion from the board to move all the referrals with the staff opinion and defer to local consideration to the front of the agenda so we can vote on them as a group.
Fine, we can vote on the February meeting. It should
You
be.
did, I said it.
Yeah, I thought
I
you
did.
did. Okay, so both.
I read February.
Hey,
Yeah,
did we ever
February.
do December? Did we ever do December?
We did December.
Yeah, most of.
Am I?
They would be honest.
Just want to make sure.
We did the December and January.
Yeah. Motion to defer for the deferral case.
A motion.
And a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. First case,
Who's seconded? Thank you.
ordinance 4.31.26, applicant Albany County Council, object location 164 Delaware Ave and 164 Delaware Ave. All right, referring agency, City of Albany Legislative Board, considerations. Rezone the two parcels at 164 Delaware Ave and PT 164 Delaware Ave from land into conservation to mixed-use neighborhood edge to allow for reuse of lands known as the Sunshine School. Staff opinion, defer to local consideration. Second carry. Project name, Verizon Wireless Antenna, applicant, Stelco Partnership, DBA Verizon Wireless. Project location, 630 Columbia Street Extension. Referring agency, Town Colony Zoning Board of Appeals. Considerations, installation of a cellular antenna with modified equipment on an existing tower. Staff opinion is defer to local consideration.
Back questions or?
You have any questions? If you have questions on any case, as we do them, or if you want, if you have some,
I'm just curious what your basis for our jurisdiction was for the 164 Delaware Avenue.
It's within 500 feet of the state route 7.
Okay.
about realty.
Is that,
It's Columbia Street extension.
Oh, no, he's talking about the first one.
The ordinance. The first one, the ordinance?
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, any changes to local law,
Mhm.
including ordinances, is subject to general review.
Okay. So any ordinance really?
Yeah. Ordinance changes to.
Any changes, any ordinance, any.
That makes sense. Even if the zoning doesn't affect something. You're over.
Yes.
Mhm. Okay. Thanks.
Yep. Next case, project name, conversion of commercial space. Project location 1314 Central Ave. Referring agency, Town of Colony Zoning Board of Appeals. Consideration, modification of an existing structure into a two-family dwelling. Staff opinion is defer to local consideration. Question? Okay,
Started off as a house, going back and.
yeah. Yeah. Project name, conversion of townhouse. Applicant's name, Jamar Thornton. Project location, 581 Clinton Ave. Referring agency, City of Albany Planning Board. Consideration, conversion of a townhouse 2-unit dwelling into townhouse 3-unit dwelling. Staff opinion is defer to local consideration. Any questions?
I'm curious what the state building county property was, that's something that's potentially affected.
I think it should say state or county road.
Road.
Yes.
Clinton Avenue, it's either. So maybe Henry Johnson, it's the state road.
No, they did mention it being property, and I talked to the city of Albany planner, and they gave a list of these properties.
What is the property?
This is the address of the property. 58.
So like this is.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
mentioned
Is
it.
that a state property or the county property?
Uh,
But this would also be close to a state or county road too.
So maybe two bases.
Yes.
Bases.
yeah, they didn't. Let me just. Yeah, it's a vacant land, and it's just county-owned properties.
Oh, yeah, it's like a county owned probably property that was to foreclosure. It's like a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
they're moving them through the system, huh?
Yeah.
And I'm not sure what the federal,
it's federal property too.
Close to the.
or sorry, state, sorry.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, state road. State road.
State road 5.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a central.
Thanks. Thanks.
Okay, next case. Project name, demolition at 255 First Street. Applicant's name, Albany County Land Bank Corporation. Representative Susan Baker. Project location, 255 First Street. Referring agency, City of Albany Planning Board. Consideration, demolition of existing residential townhouse, multi-unit dwelling with water and fire damage to construct a new building on the property. Staff opinion is defer to local consideration. But
That's a great idea.
yes. Next project, demolition at 256 First Street. Applicants name, Albany County Land Bank Corporation, Representative Susan Baker. Project location 256 First Street. Referring agency, City of Albany Planning Board. Considerations, demolition of the existing residential townhouse, multi-unit dwelling with water and fire damage to construct a new building on the property. Staff opinion is defer to local consideration. Any question? Next case, project name, dwelling at 50 Adams Place. Applicant's name, Jenna Giannaccone. Project location, 50 Adams Place. Referring agency, Town of Bethlehem Zoning Board of Appeals. Consideration, area variance for increasing the density from 2 units to 3 units and demolish an existing garage to create 6 parking spaces. Staff opinion is defer to local consideration. Any question?
Yeah, like they worked with them to try to.
Yeah, well,
Siding.
And getting the parking in the back. is-
Yeah, much better.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was previously done on this stuff.
Okay. All right, next case. Project name, founding area variance, applicant's name, Russell County. Project location. 9, Utah Boulevard. Referring agency, Town of Queens Zoning Board of Appeals. Consideration, proposal requesting a 13.5 feet relief on the rear setback to construct a lean-to on the side of a garage in an R2 single and 2-family residential zoning district. Staff opinion is defer to local consideration.
Those are all first.
Yep, those are the end of the first. Any questions for this one? Will we see this again, or is this done? If they get the variance, or we won't see
This
it?
is just for the variance, but if they were going to build something on the property, then will be a site plan review.
Okay. I mean, in other words, if they actually build the addition, we'll see it again.
Probably not.
I'm just saying that this is not a big deal, but you're putting a lean-to on a garage or the back of this building.
Mm.
All the water sheets on the neighborhood. Because your setback becomes so small that when that water comes off that roof, you're putting it on the neighbor's roof or on the neighbor's property. That's if they want to allow it. This isn't any county by any stretch, but they could affect the neighbor.
This may or may not come back to us depending on whether the variance is going to be approved by the town.
Right. Because that's a big, setback.
Yeah, it is.
Any other
I
questions?
was just struck by the fact that they were having this canvas thing hanging down over the open space. I mean, that's kind of.
Yeah.
low rent.
Yeah. But any other, can we get a motion to vote on them as a group?
Yeah.
Motion,
Second,
all in favor? Aye. Aye. Next case. Project name, Montiel Minor. Applicant's name, Linda Montiel. Project location 761 or 767, County Route 1. Municipality of Town of Westerlo. Referring agency, Town of Westerlo Planning Board. Consideration, proposal for 2-lot subdivision to provide separate lots for the existing dwelling and vacant land for future development. Staff opinion is modify local approval to include number 1, county highway work permit from Albany County Department of Public Works. Driveway construction, drainage, and development proposed on subdivided lots. 2, notification of the application should be sent to Town of Bern, including all the required notices pursuant to GML, section 239-N. We also have an advisory note number 1. The town should ensure that any future wetland disturbance or any wetlands disturbance from future development will require notification to and review by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers for permits under section 404 of the Clean Water Act.
it's like, plan,
Yeah,
just see what the access is.
There you go.
Yeah.
this
So
is-
you just carve it off the corner.
Well, that's where the house is.
Yeah, right,
Bottom right.
The bottom right is where the house is.
right.
They mentioned the future wetlands and stuff. That my only thing that pops in my head, they don't have any wetlands delineated on this. So in the future, no one knows where they are. They didn't delineate, they said there's some there, but
They didn't say where they were.
they didn't say, I don't see where they say where they are.
It showed up on our interactive mapping, so
Yeah.
anytime there's going to be a future development, they get a survey done, and when that's done, they will be able to see the wetlands.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Hmm.
A motion to, take that staff opinion.
I motion.
All in favor?
I-
Next case, project name conversion at 52 and 54 State Street. Applicants, 54 State Associates Limited Partnership. Project location 5254 State Street. Referring agency, City of Albany Planning Board. Considerations, conversion of floors 3 to 10 in an existing building into multi-unit dwelling for a total of 120 units, including residential amenity. Staff opinion is modified to local approval to include review by the New York State Office of Parks, Recreation and Historic Preservation for potential impact on archaeological and historic resources should be required prior to final approval. Number two, review by the Albany County Department of Health for water supply, wastewater discharge, and any other required permits. Number three, the local fire department should be notified to evaluate for public safety, emergency services access, water availability, and any sprinkler system that may be required by building code. We have an advisory note number 1. As per short environmental assessment form, the project site contains federally enlisted endangered species such as the peregrine grouse, fowl, and Atlantic sturgeon, and short-nosed sturgeon. Review by New York State Department of Environmental Conservation, Conservation Division of Environmental Permits should be required to determine if permits or additional reviews are required due to wildlife species identified to be present at the project site. Any question?
Yeah, what's a partial blizzard system?
The partial,
Blizzard system for stormwater. Yeah, well, it came to mind, Jeff, that's why I'm asking.
I'm not sure.
I think it's like something that collects and sort of slows the runoff of water.
Okay, because I mean, one of the questions that this raised for me, that's not specific to this property, was that, you know, Albany's got a major problem with line sewer stormwater. And adding a lot of units that are gonna
Yeah.
add to
Yeah, I
that
think it
problem.
collects it and then like slows.
That would
the-
make
You know,
sense.
kind of like some of the catch basins more on the street level, it slows the
So it just won't
drainage
come
of that
down.
into the sewer for like major storm events.
What's in the building already?
It's like offices, so I think
weekend.
my assumption is, I know the state is pushing more residential downtown as part of the governor's cap initiative. And this is probably.
Is that the
This
building?
building,
It's the fifth
yeah.
floor.
Yeah,
It's like the bank kind of, and there's maybe law offices and stuff.
Where's
It's
that?
been reported.
Wait,
in the business
can
review.
you pull that back up? I'm
Yep.
sorry. Just trying to figure out.
there's some other good photos too, to take shot.
It's this building. Like the MBT that was there.
I'm just trying to place where that.
Where it
It's
is.
like next to Jack, a couple blow doors.
Oh,
So basically down the street.
down the street, not.
Like that building looks totally familiar.
Yeah.
Oh, that's where they have the smoothies. Is it
Yeah.
the smoothie building?
You just walk down towards the water, towards the street
The
building.
only thing that I would say to that too, though, is that they built a bunch of apartments around that area too. Because is that not, that's also somewhere in the area of stacks and all that extra stuff, right? Am I tripping? Down further, it's going towards Broadway, right?
Yes, towards
Yeah.
Broadway, but that's not where it's at.
That's on
That's on-
Yeah, on the other side of it, right?
Yes.
But there's apartments all on that back side, right?
I know there's been a few
There's-
other conversions.
Yeah, there's like a bunch of conversions that happened over in that area. So they probably have already done a lot of.
Yeah, and my understanding is that, so the state is trying to drive more downtown residential, as part of like the activation plan,
Sure.
as well as, maybe the states, I have heard that they're even looking at legislation that like kind of incentivizes residential, lower use or unused vacant office type buildings, so. Seems like this is the type of use.
Yeah, I mean,
It's not, is it taking the whole building?
Floors 3 through 10.
3 to 10.
And it would still be office.
No, the first two will be commercial.
Commercial. Well, they were talking about a floor in between,
Mixed
right? That
use.
was
Amenities.
amenities.
Right.
So it makes you.
Yeah.
It's mixed use, yeah.
This was built in 1971, right? I'm curious, like is it listed as like a historic building?
Just make me feel really old.
Right, it's not old enough, right?
Well, a lot of
No.
buildings downtown
No.
are historic buildings, and when you submit an environmental assessment form, it shows up whether it's a historic district or not, and when it's shows up as a historic district, then you need to show it.
So that the district is historic versus the building.
Yeah.
Okay.
It
Well,
says
the
it's
building-
located in a local
The
historic.
district, the district will be historic if the building is.
Well, this building isn't historic.
No. That one isn't historic either.
According to my children, it is.
But I mean, as far as its style or anything, there's never redeeming
No.
features here.
It'll just go through should review.
Yeah.
It's like standard office block 101.
That makes for a nice.
They want to
nice
live there.
apartment.
Some people like the modern.
Depends on what the Chateau has in their inventory, so
Yep.
if this is that's a historic building, then.
I don't like question about the water, it was fun.
It was a great question about the water.
Well,
We
they'll
were
also be-
working through that, I think, with the local planning board. So,
Well,
technical review.
especially as the city
Yes.
tries to unwind its combined.
Sure.
Yeah,
It's painful process, painful process.
very much so.
Any other questions, or can we get a motion for submission?
Second.
All in favor?
I,
Aye. Next case. Project name, Red the Butcher, applicant, Grill 64 LLC dash Dave McVeigh. Project location, 386 Maple Ave. Referring agency, County of Scotland Planning Board. Considerations. The proposal includes a 2-story addition, ground floor and walkout basement to the existing commercial building, along with expanded parking and updated parking layout. No change of use proposed. Staff opinion. It's modified to local approval to include short environmental assessment form. The project site contains federally endangered species such as long-eared bats. Review by the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation Division of Environmental Permits should be required to determine if permits or additional reviews are required due to wildlife species identified to be present in the project site. Note number 2, review by the Albany County Department of Health for water supply, wastewater discharge, and other permits. There it is.
Wrapping and just.
Yeah, that driveway already wraps around. That second driveway is already there. It already goes, you can see the old building in the front.
Yeah, and they said the curb cuts were already there.
There's,
So,
this guy does a tremendous business.
yeah,
And it
He really
needs to
does.
expand.
Yeah,
because, yeah.
yeah. I love that place.
Me too.
I don't know, you guys shouldn't refuse yourself. I'm joking, I'm joking. The name is interesting, Fred the Butcher is.
Well, there's one in Clifton Park.
There's some-
What's the yellow area? I can't see it.
This patio and the sidewalk.
Sidewalk.
Yeah.
Concrete areas, concrete pads and
This
sidewalks.
is patio.
Yeah, 'cause there's a sidewalk over on the other side.
Yeah.
Back and forth.
I think it's
A motion to accept?
My motion.
second.
All in favor? Aye. Next case,
This one is interesting.
project name, temporary campground / magic forest. Applicant's name, Jason Ball, project location 134 Buck Ranch Road. Referring agency, Town of Queens Planning Board and Zoning Board of Appeals. Consideration. Proposal for temporary campground with a maximum capacity of 600 people, not to exceed 65 hours in a calendar year. Staff opinion is modify to local approval to include review by the Albany County Department of Health for temporary arrangements for water supply, wastewater discharge, and other permits. Number two, a local fire department should review the emergency services access to the site. Is this the third or the fourth year we've seen
This
it?
is the third year we're seeing
Right, because they come in every year for this use, they have a weekend or
Also,
something.
that's why they're trying to get it to go from temporary to recurring.
Recurring and the big change I see is they say it used to be 300, now it's gonna go to 600. I
it.
asked,
250 the first time we saw it.
right, so it's a temporary,
Is it like a?
it's a festival that happens once a year.
Uh-huh.
It's in a real rural part of,
We saw this last year.
Right
too,
out
right?
there.
I
Yeah,
think I was on last year. I'm sure.
yes, yeah. And they bring in porta potties and
Oh, yeah.
and all that stuff. And so this is, they obviously they haven't run afoul of anything because we never hear about
Mhm.
it.
Yeah.
You know, we never.
Yeah, it's not front page news where somebody
No.
shot somebody or they're throwing things or carrying on.
Again, I don't think there's anything.
There's not anything out there.
No,
There's
it's,
no houses.
it's Coulter, it's County Route 108, it's Coulter Hill Road. But the road, that road goes off it. So. Any motion to accept staff opinion?
Being that we've seen this several times. I motion.
Second,
All in favor? Aye. Next case. Project name, conversion at 9 Main Street. Applicant, DZ Ravina LLC. Project location, 9 Main Street. Referring agency, the Village of Ravina Planning / Zoning Board of Appeals. Consideration, proposal to convert first floor commercial space of an existing building into a second apartment in the general business district. Staff opinion, modify to local approval to include notification of the application should be sent to the Town of Queens, including all required notices pursuant to GML section 239-N.
so the zoning board has turned them down previously.
because it's not in a lot of use in the zoning district, so they need a use variance.
That's what they're seeking now.
Yes.
We know what kind of commercial space it was?
And we have a lot of details on what exists. Which is commercial.
But it looks like a house, like it's like a old
The same.
looking house that was once turned no business, turned back into a house.
So
Well,
it's not.
it's, yeah, I mean, that's not what I envisioned at all when they were talking about this. I thought it was like.
The Village of Ravina, so.
It's the Village of Ravina, it's just empty retail space.
I put it back in.
Should be the.
Yeah. That doesn't, that's a non-issue.
I think they're also looking to rezone this parcel, but they're gonna go forward with use variance first, and if the would cease the need, then they'll go forward with rezoning.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, it looks residential.
yes.
And they're just going back to residential?
No, they're changing it from commercial.
They're
Yeah.
getting a use variance to allow this, and then they're gonna try to use that to change it eventually to residential.
residential.
It makes sense, doesn't make sense, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
There's no point writing back, so
It really looks like it's made from the street, you know, it's that house one on the left.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's pretty big. Any motion to accept staff opinion?
I'm open.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. All right. Okay, so we're done with our the referrals and the agenda. Unfinished business, none. We're gonna go to 8A, new business. The next meeting of the Albany County Planning Board will be on Thursday, April 16th, 2000. Zoning workshop on April 30th, 2026, from 10 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. The workshop will feature sessions presented by the Capital Region Transportation Council and the Capital District Regional Planning Commission and the New York State Department of State. In addition, the program will include networking reception for planners, students, and others interested in regional planning. Workshop sessions will provide eligible training hours for planning and zoning board members. Registration is open and is free. Good news. C, the Department of Economic Development, Conservation and Planning is seeking a senior natural resource planner. Details and application instructions can be found on the Albany County website under career opportunities at the bottom of the main page. The discussion on the training available.
No, but I think, just your awareness, I believe there's a professional development requirement for all of people who are serving the type of boards, so this would count.
and
And
we have to have 4 hours of training.
we're
Yeah.
talking about 100 people, maybe more.
Could you, just send this to me? I'll register, but
Yeah.
could you just send me the link?
You can forward the flyer, but I can also register. I
You're gonna
can
register.
register Amy because she's. I'll do it.
No, well, Pika has a lot going on. So,
No, but I'll register.
Well, since you said me.
no, let's talk, but
There's controversial land uses like battery storages or solar or building in a wetland, issuing variances for construction on a wetland. And issues as such that we keep seeing in mostly like hill towns that are controversial.
Worksheet they're giving us a list of some topics that they hear is hot button at the state, the Department of State is presenting that one, and then we're gonna work with the big stuff that's in the movement, so the stuff that gets referred. And we definitely have a battery session,
Yeah.
so that won't be a hot button topic, but we're
Probably
gonna.
like solar and wetlands was.
It's the battery session, I mean, the one criticism I had with the battery session of the last region planning thing was that they just had some folks from my circuit who basically parroting the party line to. Is there gonna be a
No, we
dialogue
have some,
discussion?
the Capital Region Planning Commission do the session for us, and it will be more information on the land uses and how the local law can be utilized to control the land uses.
Okay, yeah, because this one, I mean, that basically has been summed up to, it's wonderful, no worries.
Yeah, it's gonna be more interesting discussion, and they're kind of pretty good at facilitating
Okay.
conversation.
Sometimes when NYSERDA gives a session, you get the party line. You know, you really do. They don't. They're like, this is all good. You know, you don't get the other side.
Yeah, we'll talk with, we'll make sure our speakers definitely are interested in some Q and A, and we'll mention that too, that way we don't want people just sitting there like falling asleep in a lecture, right? We
Yeah.
want it to be
One of
a bit of like,
Yeah.
and then people talking about what they can do at a local level and just kind of understanding the landscape, especially for your types of roles and for roles of like professional planner, professional boards, things like that.
Okay.
Deal. Oh, can we get a motion to, we're at the point of the meeting, can we get a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion.
Second.
Yay.